So then how do you deal with, okay, painting a scenario, real life scenario, um, took a client out for, again, 60 days worth of showings, every week, trying to find a property.
Mhm.
Getting the paperwork, your rental documents, your driver's license, job letter, and all the things you need, credit report. Do you pull the credit reports? Do realtors pull it? Because at the end, right at the final hour, the the credit report was pulled and the credit score wasn't what was on the Equifax. Kill the deal. These things happen more than often, and how do we protect ourselves as realtors at in the beginning? Because do we just run the other credit, or how do you manage something like that?
Depends on the scenario.
Right.
Depends on the person. I, on the listing side, because I'm representing the landlords,
Yeah.
I always pull everyone's credit.
Sure.
Um, I want to see where I want to. That's actually the easiest way for me to tell if
judge
someone's
someone.
telling the truth or not.
Right.
Right. And I've caught a lot of
It
people.
happens.
A lot of
Right.
people who get these things. It's so easy to fake documents nowadays.
It's Photoshop, baby.
It's so
Canva.
easy, literally.
Right.
And they pay for this.
Yeah.
And a lot of times even, there's people out there that have legitimate, like, I want to say legitimate jobs. Like, it depends how you define that. But jobs where they make really good money,
Right.
they just don't want to be forthcoming about what they do.
Sure enough.
And I won't go into details, but there's been some people who are like making 10, 12K a month.
But
And they're
why?
like,
Right.
but they're like, oh, I work at WestJet. I'm like, no,
Sure.
you don't. Let's be honest. You do
WestJet
not work at
doesn't pay you
WestJet.
10K a
No,
month,
for a
baby.
marketing manager. Get the heck out of here.
Right.
So it really
But it's
depends.
not your place to judge. So then how do you kind of move past that and then get to the next step? Even though you kind of have your spider senses on that this may not be right.
Conversation, man. This actually happened to me where
Right.
someone gave me an application. I found out, obviously, I'm like,
Yeah, you do your research.
do my research. I'm like, I already knew, but I had a conversation, very open-ended conversation with the realtor first that represented them. I'm like, hey, did you do your due diligence? Blah, blah, blah. And then I had a conversation with the person. And in that conversation, I'm like, look, I know you don't do this. I
Yeah.
know they're not going to pay. Just tell me what you do.
Yeah.
Just be honest. Because if you're honest, that gives you a shot at getting something. It might mean that you have to go to like 5, 6 different places.
Sure.
But man, not starting, I think it's so easy to lie. And I think that's a really bad way of starting a relationship with anyone.
Right.